Better.
No music, but hey. Hi, everybody.
We just gotta.
Hello, everybody. I'm such a dork. I am a
We're
dork.
trying to be farther away because we got spanked.
We got spanked by a professional
About being too close.
We were too close, and things were not where they needed to be. Hopefully, this is better. I think this is better.
So we're just hanging out.
It feels better. It feels nice and delicious right now. So yeah.
Waiting for some people to join along.
That's right. I hope everybody can hear us okay.
Hopefully can hear it okay.
You just repeating what I say?
I'm just repeating what you say.
You got the guideliner going on tonight. Mashed potatoes.
Coming out of Honda, not a Mitsubishi. Interpret that for me, church.
Oh, nice. Very nice. That's very nice.
She coming out of Honda, not a Mitsubishi.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means the Lord flows through you like a river. Have you ever noticed that every single church interpretation of tongues has something to do with a river? The Lord's love is like a river. It's a river that runs through your river soul.
Your river soul. So, yeah.
So you still can't think of anything other than a river. All right. No, that's fine.
I guess the Lord loves water.
I could just be like, she comes in on a Honda, not a Mitsubishi. The Lord, the interpretation is, the Lord's Spirit flows through you like a river. What a surprise! The Lord likes rivers, apparently.
Likes water.
Because every interpretation of tongues I've ever heard in my life has to do with a river.
With a river.
And for those of you out there still going to those kind of churches, you just wait. Next time there's some tongues and there's some interpretations, you're going to giggle until snot bubbles come out of your nose.
Because you'll hear it. Because
the interpretation will be that the Lord flows like a river.
All right, I'm taking the logo down. Boom.
Apparently, God has nothing else to think about but rivers.
But rivers. Hey, chime in, everybody. We see there's a handful of people here, but we're not watching on Facebook, so we have no idea who's here. So that's kind of a good thing because I don't like calling people out if they don't want to be called out. So we're not going to call you out unless you comment. And right now, we can't see you.
That's because we don't have a computer.
Unless you get. Oh, thanks. Hey, just remind me. Remind me. My freaking little MacBook is missing, but hey, that's what happens. How's everybody doing? What's going on this week? Chime in. Let us know what's up your mind. Up your mind? What the hell does that mean? What does up your mind mean? What did I just say?
I don't have any idea. It's so empty.
I know.
What just happened? We just got some color.
I know. It's weird. It keeps going back and forth between color and no color. Hey, Josh.
Josh, you know it's true. Every interpretation of tongues has to do with a river.
Mm-hmm. Well, we need more stuff in the background.
The Lord flows like a river. I'm sorry. I think after the universe and everything else, I'm just going to kind of guess that God's a titch more creative than always talking about a river.
Well, that's humans for you. Humans always dumb down things.
We're just hanging out, waiting for a few people to join.
What did you mean by it's empty? Is it just like the?
I don't know. Our set is so empty.
I know. Well, we put everything away. We redid the entire studio, and so.
I think it should be more like there.
Okay, put Oswald in the middle. That's cool. And so we put everything away. So all the lights and everything. We just cleaned up everything. We redid the entire thing after all the bullshit a couple weeks ago.
Moses is gone.
Moses is behind Oswald.
Oh.
Moses is holding Oswald up today. That's his job.
Thanks, Moses.
Yeah, he's being a good. What was he? What was Moses? Apostle? What was he? Sorry, I don't know my God stuff.
Moses was not an apostle, Tara.
What was he?
He was just an old guy.
Was he a wise man?
No, he was not a wise man.
Was he a preacher's kid?
No.
Thanks, Jared. This clean studio looks so nice. Yeah, look at
Nice.
Jared says, I like your shirt, Dan. What the Fritz?
What the Fritz?
What the Fritz? Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
That's about life these days. What the Fritz? Like I said in the little promo shot that I posted earlier, like no script, just chat. Who knows what
we're just hanging, man, waiting for a few people to join us.
Yeah, that's right.
Tyler Weeks.
Is he here? Is he watching? Nice. How's it going, Tyler?
Oh yeah, we weren't supposed to call people out unless they
right, but you're watching your phone, which I said we wouldn't.
I think Tyler's alright.
Yeah, he's here every week, so almost every week. So yeah, he's a regular. He's one of our regulars. It's like when you
guys need to go.
It's like when you walk. I was like, I'm gonna put the hand up every time you interrupt me. It's like when you walk into Cheers and someone hollers your name. That's kind of what our chat has become with a handful of people. It's like we see you pop in and it's like, hey, Tyler, hey, Josh, hey, Jared.
Where everybody knows your name. Boom, boom, boom.
Did you know there's like lots of verses to that song? But they only played, what, 90
way more than the TV show showed.
I know. It's a real
You guys
song.
got to go check Tyler Weeks out here. He's been kind of doing a gig over there at Friends as the...
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
As the
Monday night DJ.
Karaoke DJ.
Yep. I think he's doing Mondays.
On whatever night, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chime in, Tyler. Are we correct? Is it Mondays? I think it's
We
Mondays.
turned our name in the other day, but he just took too long. I was ready for that.
We sang one song.
We did sing once.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, we gotta go. We weren't even planning to go out there. It was just like a weird night, random night.
Burp.
But it was a Monday. I think that was his audition night too. And he got the gig, so that's cool. It's super cool. Golden Girls theme. Of course, Jared would chime in with the Golden Girls information. Yep, the Golden Girls had, it was actually a real song as well. So
Just waiting around here. I know we're already probably a little bit past time.
oh yeah, 7 minutes or so. But hey,
Just getting my bearings.
getting bearings. You know, we worked in the heat all day today. So.
Just getting my bearings. Don't forget, there's usually stuff that's part of our set that, might get talked about. So we're just waiting around for people to show up. I know it's boring right now. Just give us a minute.
Oh, he's got several Golden Girl mugs. That's great, Jared. Yep, He's drinking. You're drinking your drink from
You're enjoying your
U2
coffee, Jared. I've got a great story about this U2 cup.
How much is it? A $10 story?
It depends on if you put all the stories together.
Right. Oh, that's a good one.
Tyler just wants to get it. You just want to get it going right away.
He just wants to see a Fritz fight, is what he wants to see.
Tyler says, "I want to know Dan's opinion on artists having lyrics on stage." All right, we're just gonna start right there.
Just jump right in.
We're just gonna start on what I feel about artists having lyrics on stage. Let's start with point number 1. They're not artists. There is no artist. There is no artist ever that has lyrics on stage. Don't call him an artist. If you want to call him a paint-by-number singer, that's fine with me, but I will never call somebody an artist who just sings other people's songs and doesn't even know their lyrics, which is fine.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, so just out of the gate, like if you are somebody who needs to use lyrics on stage, you're just not an artist. We gotta make sure we're determining like a difference between somebody who is an artist and someone who's just a paint-by-number singer, because they're two totally different things. You can never be an artist just getting up and singing 3 hours of somebody else's songs. That's fundamentally not an artist. Just like somebody who does the Mona Lisa by numbers is also not a painter. All they're doing is just kind of like filling in the numbers. So let's start there. They're not an artist. But let's take it a little step further, because I think you're also referring to just anyone who brings their little iPad. The fact that these stupid fucking things exist.
You had one right there.
I just happen to have one laying on the floor. This dumb shit right here is the crutch that paint by number bands use to screw it onto their microphone stand. And then this dumb thing here holds up. Listen, look at these contraptions we got to deal with. I mean, remember back in the day when just like fucking rockin' ass guitar players just put beer on their amps? No, now we're dealing with this shit, and they're making them pretty and purple and stupid. And this is to hold an iPad on stage so that you can read the lyrics. I mean, how lame-o do you got to be? Listen, I'll tell you what. I never put lyrics on stage with me. I just didn't know them.
You fuck them up all the time.
So I would just mumble. But I'd rather get up and mumble and be like mashed potato, mashed potato, mashed potato than to have one of these sexual contraptions on stage trying to show me my iPad.
Jared just gave me an out. Look at that. Incognito lyrics. Mm-hmm.
Incognito is still lame-o, though, for you, though. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you could hide your lyrics from your audience. And I do appreciate people who do that, you know, like they kind of make it look like the lyrics aren't really up there. And I'll give you like a little bit of credit for doing shit like that. That's kind of fine. But don't you go back home, though, and just realize, like, I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it. And so I had to rely on all these lyrics after being in a band sometimes for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And you're still bringing lyrics up on stage. That is somebody who just does not care enough about what they're doing to become great at it. Period. Done deal. If you hide them, okay, cool. I'll give you one little brownie point for that. But if you're using lyrics on stage at all in any way, shape, or form, whether it be a teleprompter, an iPad, a phone, or anything, you're fucking lame. You're lame! Even as a paint by number band, you're lame. I wasn't expecting to get this going in the beginning, but Tyler Weeks is just like, fuck it, let's talk.
I said bring the topics, and he did. He did, absolutely.
It's incredibly not professional. And if you do it, you're a dork.
I'm a dork then.
You're a female dork and you're a male dork. You are a dork.
Yep.
The funny thing about you is,
if my band played more than once every 8 months, I might memorize some shit. I don't know.
Well, okay, but I mean, what about some of these people who get like 4 days notice to sing on the Grammys with Pavarotti?
Yeah, that's different.
And all of a sudden they come out with no iPad. Did you see?
But they have a teleprompter in the back of the room.
No, fucking, you might. You might. I doubt
shows, it. Everybody's lyrics.
Aretha Franklin did not have no fucking teleprompter when she came out and fucking destroyed that Pavarotti song.
True.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
It's also one song.
Really? You want to go there? You want to go there? Let me be 100% clear. I can't do it. I am terrible at memorizing lyrics. I cannot do it. I'm absolutely the world's worst at it. So but I still don't use an iPad because I'd rather just make a complete fool of myself. I'd rather show the audience that I did not prepare and that I am a loser and that I am not ready and that I am not amazing. I'd rather show my audience that than to stand there with an iPad and read the lyrics beautifully, perfectly, and hit every part. I'd rather trade that for looking like a total idiot in front of however many people and just admit to them in my horrible performance that I didn't take the time to become a great singer for you all tonight, and you shouldn't have paid that much money to get in.
Fair enough. And Jared's comment says that my lyrics aren't quite incognito because I bring my nightstand. Well, whenever somebody uses a prompter on the stage that's a monitor wedge, and this is how they sing all night.
Yeah, then they look at it all night.
That's not really incognito, Jared. It's not incognito. When they're staring at it and their head's down all night long because it's on the fucking floor, even if it is letters that big, it's still not incognito. We can tell what you're doing. So, what's incognito? Just having them there as a crutch and never really looking at them? That's pretty incognito.
I mean, we got to step away from this. Do we not got to step away from this and look back in? We have somehow just accepted that we can go see every single band in town with a giant fucking iPad stuck to their mic stand. We're all good with that. I mean, let's fist bump here, guys. Are we all good with going and seeing bands that didn't try? They didn't put any effort into making sure they had those songs figured out. So they just attach a giant fucking iPad right on their mic stand and then spend the entire night looking at their iPad. Is that what you guys wanted out of Freddie Mercury? Is that what you guys were wanting out of Mick Jagger? Is it Bonham from U2? Were you hoping that he had a giant iPad stuck on his mic stand and we're dealing with it? We're still paying to get in to see this whole shit? Are you serious? Like, oh, no, it's totally cool. She doesn't know her lyrics. Oh, it's cool. He's still struggling with some lyrics. If he's still struggling, he's not ready to play out live. Not for money you're asking me to pay to get in, sons of bitches. I can't even believe we're all dealing with this. I can't believe we're all fine with it. We're all just like, it's become the norm.
It has.
To just, there's a whole rack of shit at music stores on clipping your iPad to your music stand. I will accept it in church. I will accept it in a praise band where I didn't have to pay to get in. I'm supposed to go there to be uplifted by the Lord. Okay? I'll deal with you praise singers with your iPads because you sing way too many praise songs anyway, and they're basically all the same. So I can understand how you're getting your lyrics jumbled up. It's just like, the Lord is a river. And the next song's like, the Lord is a mountain. And the next song is like, the Lord is my provider. So I can see how you would need like an iPad because it's like, well, fuck, you guys keep writing the exact same song in different keys. So I can understand why maybe a praise and worship leader might need an iPad attached to their microphone. But if you are playing live in a town like this, and we have all had to just accept that every single band we go and see has got an iPad stuck to their microphone. It's unbelievable that we have just accepted that this is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's bullshit. I don't know the last band I've seen that doesn't use an iPad. It's funny, one of the things I point out about bands that I enjoy here in this town is when I walk in and go, they don't have an iPad.
It's like a standout. It's different.
Yeah, just right when I walk in, I'm paying to get in, I'm looking up on stage, and the first thing I'll say is, to Tara, have I not done this? Oh, yeah. I have done this. Mm-hmm. I'll still be at the door paying to get in it. I'll turn to Tara and I'll be like, no iPad. I like that.
Yep.
No iPad tonight.
Yep. Look at this one. Look at, even worse than iPad holders from mic stand is drink holders on the mic stands.
100% agree. Cup holders.
Is that what it is? Cup holders. I couldn't read it.
Yeah. You're really gonna put a cup holder. You're gonna put a cup holder on your mic. Like you gotta be so effing lazy. Like you think the Sex Pistols had fucking cup holders on their mic stands and iPads? Like, are you kidding? Would we even have anything in music that matters at all if we ever had to look at one of those swirly? Hold on, I fucking got one.
Uh-oh.
Where is that goddamn thing?
It's mine. It's my old one.
I thought it was.
It's not in there. It's too big for in there. I don't know where it went. We cleaned
I
up.
just saw it. Oh.
It's in here somewhere, I think.
It's probably in here.
We cleaned up. We don't know where we put everything. It's in here. There it is. Wait a minute. Oh, my God.
Oh, I got something caught in the swirly burlies of it.
There's a cord caught on the swirly burlies of it.
This fucking dumb shit. I can't believe this dumb shit exists. Are you kidding me? Oh, you put it on your mic stand. It's so convenient to drink your water.
Jared says, burn it. Burn it.
I wish I could burn it. Look how cute it is. It hangs right on your mic stand so you can stand there and be safe and just have a sippy sip when you get thirsty.
Doug has a whole other point to talk about here. I like this. Look at this. T-shirt, jeans, shorts, flip-flops, ball caps have become acceptable. Nobody dresses up for performances anymore. That's my biggest pet peeve.
Thank you, Dad Fuller. I completely agree with you.
Yep.
These stupid asses that look like they just came from the plumbing shop, and then they want me to really give a shit about them. No. There's so much like not effort put into stuff, man.
Yeah.
And then people wonder why they're not getting crowds, and they wonder why people aren't supporting their music. It's like, do you have any idea what you're even talking about? You just showed up in a dumbass t-shirt. I'm not saying fashion is everything.
I'm all about dressing differently than the crowd, looking differently, wearing something that's something that's cool, whether it's a uniform among the band or at least just something you wouldn't wear to freaking Applebee's. Like, don't wear the same thing you would wear to Applebee's on stage. Like, come on, let's step it up.
Hey, Krista, wah. You sing 900 songs. I don't care. There's a lot of people in the music business that sing 900 songs, and I've never seen Fiona Apple on stage with an iPad. I mean, how many songs has what? Who are we going to talk about?
Stephanie says you'll never see Donnie Ray.
You will not ever see Donnie Ray with an iPad, and that's why I love that guy.
Yeah, he's one of Dan's favorites.
That's why I love that.
No offense to all the other musicians on here, but Donnie Ray Stevens is one of Dan's favorites.
Well, because he doesn't sing with an iPad. That's all it is. All you got to do. Stevie Newman doesn't sing with an iPad.
And he's got more than 900 songs in his head.
He's written. Yeah.
Krista, I get you. I get what you're saying. And when you're trying to just pull some stuff out of your ass, and we do it when we do boot, we've got iPads, both of us do, especially when we're doing songs. Especially when we're doing songs we don't know, we don't normally do, when we're just jamming a song.
I've done it, and I do it, and I'm calling myself a fucking lame ass, and you should not pay to ever come see me. I'm saying, I'll admit that.
See, that's what we do.
But Chris, I think you should learn less than 900 songs and don't use an iPad. Then I would be like, good damn, that girl, boo! Were you allowed to use an iPad on the cruise ships? I'm interested.
She says, when I sing with a band, I don't use anything. So if anyone would come see me, they would know that.
If anyone would come see me.
Oh!
Nobody comes and sees me. Oh, Krista. Really love you.
We love you, honey.
I mean,
Julia. Hi, Julia. Yeah, stage wear. I have a whole separate closet full. Make a signature look. Yes, you do. Julia always wears those cute little skirts. You will always see her in the same type of outfit, and it's always, look at her little profile pic. That's what she does. Little high boots and cute little skirt and shit like that. So she has a definite look when she's on stage that she obviously would not wear at Applebee's. Or maybe she would. I don't fucking know. Maybe she should.
Chris said it's okay. I quit. Krista, I'll come see you with your iPad.
We're picking on you.
Put some bedazzles on the glue, hot glue some bedazzles on the back of your iPad. It's okay, I quit. Never sing music again because nobody listens to my 900 songs.
So if there's anything that anyone knows about us, which I think most of you here know, especially about Dan, is we're going to give you shit. We're going to give you shit. And,
hey, I'm telling you, I cannot. Let me tell you how pathetic I am. All right. Let me tell you, I currently perform in boot, which is almost all original, and I use an iPad. So I'm telling you, I ain't worth paying to come see. So if you see a boot show book somewhere, be like, I ain't gonna go watch that guy. He can't even sing his own songs.
She says, okay, Sparkle iPad, I'm back in the game.
Yes. Victory.
There you go. So you're dressing up your iPad on stage. See, you're fixing the whole situation, and then put it incognito somewhere behind a drape, like put a little curtain.
I literally have had to pause in the middle of my own song, playing piano. I put my iPad right on my little piano thingy as if it's Mozart's music. And
as if it's Mozart's music.
And if I've run out of room at the bottom and I have to scroll up to my second verse that I wrote myself, I will be playing the piano. Bum da bum da bum bum ba bum da bum. And then I don't even know my own song. So
our own songs. Yeah.
Don't get your feelings hurt, folks. I'm a fucking pathetic loser too. We've all just gotten too lazy. It's too lazy.
Are we too lazy?
Yeah, we're too lazy.
Too lazy.
You know what it takes to actually learn the lyrics to a song, especially when you don't have that much time to get ready for it? You gotta sing that thing like 8 hours a day. Come on, bro.
Should I talk about when I was with the Stattlers?
Yeah. Well,
now that it's become a major joke, I can't tell you how many times I went over my show before I set foot on one of their stages. Did
you ever do Stattlers with an iPad?
Nope.
We'll see.
Not one damn lyric.
iPads didn't even exist.
I didn't do the Patsy Cline show with any lyrics either, obviously. So yeah, I mean, when you rehearse over and over and over and over and over for a certain amount of things, then it comes to you and it's better. But
Clyde Stewart, you lie.
What did he say?
He said 99% of the time he's only using it for a set list, and that is a lie because I have gone and seen you play before, and I have watched you stare at your iPad the whole time you're playing Smashing Pumpkins.
Because he's like preparing for the next song, maybe.
Oh, he just has to focus on what song's coming next for the entire song he's playing.
While he's playing Foo Fighters, he's like, oh my God, 9 Inch Nails is next.
He said, I could be staring at lyrics and still sing them wrong. I can feel you on that one.
I hear you.
Tara's thing is like half the time she actually doesn't use it. It's just totally crutched. It's just crutched out. Like she'll be singing and she knows it. She knows what's coming up next. She knows what the lyrics are. And sometimes she'll still just kind of look back because of like some weird insecurity. And then that's what'll fuck her up more than the fact that she already knew this.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, it's a crutch. And I get it, man.
Totally a crutch. And that's why it sits where it does. And I hardly ever look at it. So it's there. Every song is there. And I go page by page. And I hardly ever look at it. Unless it's a brand new song.
Doug says he never remembers you using an iPad.
I didn't use an iPad.
Lyrics at all.
Doug and I traveled. So those of you who don't know, Doug Fuller and I traveled the country in our country band in the 90s. And the only time I used lyrics was when we did a brand new song. And so I had a sheet of paper that I stuck on my keyboard stand and just kind of had it right there as reference. And then after a while, we were playing 5 or 6 nights a week, though, the same frickin' songs. And so the songs were in your head. So it was a new song. I did use lyrics, but it was only with the new songs, Doug. You're correct. I really did throw the papers away after a while. So,
Matt says he struggled more with eye contact with his crowd than he did needing the lyrics.
Aww.
That's silly.
Aww.
I thought I taught you better, Stu.
Stewie.
You know, I say all the time, I'm not there for the crowd. They're there for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love making eye contact. In fact, usually when I don't have, I've got a funny story about making eye contact. You want to hear my funny story about making eye contact with my crowd?
I want to hear your funny story.
I can't even perform without being able to see my crowd. So I go down to like Branson.
Really?
Playing a show. I was with Machine Gun at the time. I'm playing a show down at a place at the time called the Bearded Clam. Now it's like something else. It's been a few places. And I did not have my contact lenses. I had issues with my contact lenses, and I can't be like an 80s rock out of control singer with glasses
on.
So I was like, well, I can't wear my fucking glasses.
Right.
And about an hour before the show starts, I texted my friend Michelle McBride, who lived down in Branson, but not anywhere close to the Bearded Clam. And I said, hey, I know you need lenses. How bad's your vision? She's like, oh, it's fucking awful. I was like, can I go to your apartment and get a pair of your contact lenses?
And you never tried hers before?
Oh, God, no. Why would I ever try her contact lenses?
I don't know.
But she wasn't even home. I don't think she was even home. I was like, okay, I'm going to go over there. And there was some code to get into the door or whatever. And she wasn't even home. So I left there and I drove all the way over by where is it Elks or no? There's a place over there that's kind of an area of Branson. It wasn't anywhere close to the Bearded Clam anyway. So I take off, man, about an hour before our show starts, and I'm heading to Michelle's apartment, and she's like at work. And I was like, let me know how to get in and blah, blah, blah. So I go into her bathroom, and I found a pair of her contact lenses.
She was at work, so you just.
I don't think she was home. I really don't think she was home. It was real weird. Like I had to get in like totally by myself. Like what the fuck? And I took a pair of her contact lenses and I put them in right there at her apartment. And then I drove all the way back to the Bearded Clam at the time. And I took the stage within like minutes of me pulling back into the driveway because I cannot perform without being able to see the faces of the people in front of me. It drives me absolutely crazy. And I didn't want to wear my glasses because that would have been lame. So that's a funny Branson story about wanting to make eye contact with my audience. Because the reason why I did like to do that is because I would like to pick out the people who were obviously and visually uncomfortable, particularly with me. And then those were the ones I would like, I'd stare them down and get them laughing.
Right.
But I wouldn't be able to do that if I couldn't see them. And my vision is like super bad.
Super shitty. So was that the same night? Doug Sims is asking, was that the same night that you met Greg Brady?
Oh, it might have been. I did meet Greg Brady at the Bearded Clam. And it might have been that same night. Yes. I mean, we played down there several times, but it absolutely could have been that same night I met Greg.
Does anybody know his actual name? Everybody just calls
Nobody
him
cares.
Brady.
Nobody cares.
I want to side note this. Hey, Doug, put this in here. You remember a tiny strip of paper? Yes. When you sang "Color My World" from Chicago, I played the flute part. So yes, there was like a little strip of paper with the flute part written out on it that I'd dig out and put up on my keyboard. Play the flute part, put that little strip of paper back.
The paper had the flute part on it?
Yeah. That I had, because I there was a thing about me. I was like, I can't play by ear, but I totally picked it out by ear and put it on a staff. And then played it every night that he did that song. Yeah, that's how I did my flute parts, because I was like, I can't remember that shit. I don't know how you musicians do it. I praise all of you guys who have all these songs in your fucking heads. I don't know how you do all the licks and all this stuff. I am just impressed with all of you guys. So yeah. Anyway, that's funny.
No, listen, I'm in the same boat. So I mean, I'm giving myself shit too. But I really wish Barry Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Barry
right,
Williams
Mark.
was his name, Mark.
Nice.
And we got to hang out with Barry Williams, who is Greg Brady.
And he doesn't mind being called Greg Brady, from what you said.
No, he didn't care at all.
He loved,
wow, you guys are awesome.
He loved being recognized or something, right?
Cigar smoker, I think. I think he had a cigar.
Was he?
Anyway, yeah, it was Barry Williams. We met him down at the Bearded Clam.
The Bearded Clam, which is, somebody tell us what that is. Bearded Clam. What is it now? The Rock. It was the Rocks.
It might be.
No, I can't.
The
remember.
Rock. I mean, whatever. It's still going.
It's been a minute, but it's something else now.
Yeah, so anyway, I just generally think that having lyrics on stage is lame. Even though I do it myself, I'm still going to just flat say I think it's fucking lame. I think musicians should try harder to have their songs ready for whatever show they're getting ready to do, and it would make for a better show. That's all. I'll still come see you if you have an iPad. I'm not going to enjoy it as much. It stands out to me when I see a band like the Black Moods and there's no iPad on stage. And, shit like that. Mood Ring Circus, no iPad on stage.
So, side note though, I do want to say you're holding a U2 cup, and when we saw U2 when we saw U2 in concert, not on this tour, but in Chicago, there was a prompter for his lyrics.
Oh bullshit!
I saw it. I took a picture of it.
You don't know anything.
Okay, right.
Greg Brady.
No. I'm not going to go over this.
I've got a question.
I'm not going to skate over this. There was
a
prompter for his lyrics.
Bono is known for needing a lyrical prompter because he's admitted that he's old and doesn't remember everything. Yes, you're right. It's actually written about. It's documented.
Thank you.
He has admitted that he
but it was
a prompter
incognito
for his own songs.
And he didn't stare at it the whole time. It was just
Greg Brady fucked Mama Brady.
Oh,
if that's what you're wondering.
It wasn't Marcia?
No, it was Mom.
Really? That's the story?
Yes.
I'm going to put these up here. Wasn't he the one that slept with some other Brady?
He slept with Mom.
And then he says, scandalous. It was Mom. It was Florence Henderson. Well,
Florence Henderson.
She was kind of known for being a sleep around anyway.
Barry Williams and Florence Henderson had a fling off set. which was his TV mom.
But see, he wasn't his real mom. She wasn't his real mom, so it doesn't matter, right?
Doug says he's never heard me sing, and as much as I know about Doug, which is just all through Tara,
and from his comments on Facebook,
and his comments, and I've met him briefly once or twice. I really think, Doug, that you would hate me. I truly think you would hate me as a singer.
You would hate his style. You would hate his song choices.
Yeah, I am not technically good. I just bring fire and brimstone on the stage, and it's not backed up with talent, and I know that drives you crazy. No, I am talented, but I just I'm telling you, Doug Fuller, you probably would have hated me if you had seen me perform on stage. It depends on which band you saw, but I'm not. I know you like things to be kind of
very precise and clean.
And that was not me.
He's not precise and clean.
No, I was not precise and clean. But boy, howdy, I could get a mosh pit started. I'll tell you that right now.
He could cause a ruckus, a fracas, if you will. That's certain.
Yeah, we all know Mr. Brady wasn't interested.
No,
yes. Florence was needing a little.
But Jared says, I don't mind. I'd sleep with him too. I don't blame her. I'd sleep with him too. I love Jared. He's so good. Hi, Christy. Hi. Christy said
Christy Pressler.
She just got here when you said fuck Mama Brady. So.
Yeah. You fucked Mama Brady.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Miss Christy.
I also I got to meet Bo Duke one time.
Ooh.
No, Luke Duke. No,
the hot one, the blonde hot guy.
The blonde one? Yeah. I met the blonde one.
Yeah, that's Bo.
Is that Bo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met Bo Duke one time.
I know that name. I had a crush on him when I was like 10.
Doug says he likes Dale Bozio, or is it Bozio? Bozio? I don't know.
Bozio? I don't know. Who knows? From Missing Persons. And you can't be worse than her. Oh, that's a girl.
A girl named Dale?
Apparently. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm not bad, Doug.
No, it's not bad.
I wouldn't call myself bad. I just I know I've kind of come to know your style through Tara, and I know that you like some stuff to be tight and clean and technical, and I definitely am not so much that.
But if you want passion and entertainment.
Oh, Jared, I got to meet Bo Duke, dude. Yeah, we got to totally hang out. Like, he became like a big Christian dude, and so when Johnny Q. Public was on John Schneider, yes.
I said that.
Oh, okay.
I said it 4 times.
Okay.
Because I said I had a crush on him.
Okay.
He doesn't listen to me. Dan doesn't listen to me on this podcast. He only hears himself. So he didn't hear me say that like 4 times.
I'm done podcasting with her. Help wanted. I'm looking for an Unsung Dreamer podcast host.
Maybe I'm looking for a co-host.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, man, he kind of got into all like Christian shit. And Johnny Q. Public did a show one time where John Schneider was the guest speaker. So we got to hang out with him. And I'm going to have to find this video. This is going to be very hard to find because it's still in the form of tape. And so for me to figure out how to find that tape and then transfer that tape somehow digitally and play it for you guys would take so much work that I don't know if any of you are worth it yet. Because it would take me like unbelievable amounts of time. But we made John Schneider do a Dukes of Hazzard scene backstage where him and I were fighting. So we were just like, we're gonna fight and we're gonna be like, whatever. And so I actually squared up with John Schneider and we filmed this and we try to create a really quick scenario of like, okay, so Dan just like stole some money or whatever the fuck. I can't remember what it was. And so he like backs up. And he's like, okay, you ready? He's like, yeah. So we're like, you blah, 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 blah. I've been yelling at this is all on film. And he's like, oh, and misses me by like 2 feet. But I'm like, oh. And then I get up and I'm like, oh. And I fake punched him. And he's like, oh. We did this whole damn thing, man. And I have it somewhere on
So
video.
good.
John Schneider, he was a really fun guy to hang out.
Oh, that's awesome.
True story.
Hey.
That was only worth about $5.
But you have video. We gotta find that somewhere.
I also met one of the Charles in Charge guys,
But not
the guy.
not the guy. He met the other
I didn't
guy.
meet the one.
He met the other guy.
I met the other one. You know what I mean?
You remember that show, Charles in Charge? Everybody, Charles in Charge? Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Scott Baio one of them?
Yes. Nicole Eggert was such a little hottie.
Well, I met the other weird one.
Doug Fuller says, I can somehow picture you singing Christmas songs in minor keys like Brian Johnson from AC/DC. That's yes.
Yeah, maybe a little more like that.
Absolutely.
So if you appreciate that, then you might have liked seeing me.
then that might be something we're seeing for Doug.
It was more like that.
Yes. Oh, that's a cool debate.
I can't remember if he was doing Smallville at the time, Joshua Poole.
Right.
I never could pay attention to things like that. Bible Man, yes, that's why I met that guy, Bible Man. Josh Poole is the only guy that's going to know what Bible Man is. I didn't even bring it up, Josh, because that's totally why I met him. But
So good.
nobody in the whole entire world probably knows that except me and you. But yeah, it was because he had done that Bible Man series or TV show or whatever. And so that's how I met him. But of course, everybody was just like, oh, Charles in Charge. Like, F Bible Man.
You mean the other guy?
He was
from
like a
Charles in Charge.
superhero that was like, Bible Man.
The
So-
other guy from Charles in Charge. Are we back to that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
other guy.
whatever his real name was, not Scott Baio, but the other one.
The
From
little
Charles in
the
Charge.
curly-headed guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he started a thing called Bible Man, and he was like a superhero. Like, so when you're struggling in life or whatever, he would come in and go, "Ooh, Corinthians 3:16 says, "Oh, the Lord gives you the strength to." He was like Bible Man.
Willie Ames.
Willie Ames, yes, I met Willie Ames.
Look at that. Look at right there. That hottie right there. I mean, we're not showing pictures, but
Yeah, but I'm sure there's a Bible
and
Man
that's him
picture in
now.
there. Like, he literally had a costume and everything.
look at him now. Woohoo! I'm Googling, so you guys can Google.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I'm gonna do that.
Our Christian roots run deep. They do, Josh. Bible Man. I can't believe you knew who Bible Man
That's of course you would know that.
That was the whole reason why I didn't say anything. Look, he was like a superhero.
You guys are like attached to
Look,
the hip.
Purple
man.
and yellow.
Look
He
at
was
that.
Bible Man.
Bible Man with his cross on his chest. You guys should Google this just so you. I mean, I could download pictures and everything, but you guys should Google this stuff. It's absolutely worth seeing.
It's freaking hilarious.
That is fantastic.
Bible Man. They did like
I love it.
DVDs and shit.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool.
It's crazy. Hey, Chris Palmer, how are you?
Hi, Miss Palmer.
Looking forward to Chris Palmer's show tonight.
Oh man.
I don't know where it's going to go, but I
You
think
never
it's
know
going
where
to be
it's
a
gonna
little
go.
nutty. I
Right.
think it's going to be talking mad shit. If you
She's
ask
gonna
me.
be talking mad shit again. Of course she is. I think Chris. I would love to hear you do your entire show.
He wasn't aided enough. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, he was, and 8 is enough. I would love to hear Chris Palmer do her show entirely in a full-on Northern New Jersey accent. That's a challenge I have for her.
She got the trick.
Because, oh my God, it would boost your ratings like all up high. Because
Yeah,
that would
Chris
be
has got
so
an exciting
awesome.
show. I think. Now, I've
We-
only
we-
heard rumors. I've only seen some of the producers' notes. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a little nutty tonight and
Maybe.
possibly worth tuning into. I'm just going to tell you that. Also, Chris and I actually just met with Tom Hembry this week, and we kind of are in some of our final stages of a really neat thing that Chris and I have done with the help and with the brainchild of Tom Hembry.
Yes.
And it's something for you guys to be looking forward to. I'm sure some of you have already heard about it through the grapevine, but it's called The Sit Down, and it's going to be really, really cool, and it's coming out really, really soon.
But we're not going to tell you what it is.
Michelle made it.
There's your huckleberry. Your huckleberry's
Michelle,
on
I
here.
already told a story about you earlier.
Yeah, we did. Or he did anyway, yes. Look at that cute couple. It's a tiny little picture, but look at that cute couple. Oh, I love them.
I was telling that story about the time I drove to your apartment in Branson and had to borrow your contact lenses because I couldn't see anything. I don't even think you were home. Can you confirm that? I don't think you were even home. I think I just went to your place and you gave me some code to get in, or the key was under a rock or something. I just came in the bathroom and took a pair of your contact lenses.
And her husband Jeremy says, "Is that eyeliner?" Just asking.
Yeah, it is.
So what's it?
So
that's what real friends are for. That's right.
That's what real friends are for, is to let you borrow their lenses.
It was, but I'm sure
They were new ones. They were new ones.
They were fresh and new.
They were fresh.
She has given you so much shit about putting your contacts in for a year at a time. When we hung out, she's like, "What?"
The best part about the story is that they worked perfect. Like, her vision is
Same as yours.
exactly as bad as mine.
Yeah.
And so when I put them in, I was just like, "Oh yes, heaven." It's fucking awful.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, I was home. And it was the first time you met Pam. She was like, "What the fuck? Who's this guy getting your contact?"
Okay,
she was home.
She was home.
That's
that's true. That was the first night I met Pam, but I was in a hurry because I literally had to be on stage in like 30 minutes, and you lived forever away from where I was having to drive. You're right. That was the night that I met Pam. I mean, I hung out there a few times, so I was getting confused. And yes, I met Pam that night. That's actually even better.
It's even better.
Even better part of the
She
story.
was home. Oh, I love that. Oh, she does the same thing. I was like, you gave him shit.
Yeah,
I thought you gave him shit.
No.
2 weeks disposable.
Michelle wears hers 6 months when they're supposed to be 2
all right,
days.
fair. That's why she's your huckleberry. I got you.
Boo, 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 boo. I never gave them lenses back.
By the way, since you're both out here, Michelle and Jeremy, we're overdue, aren't we? We're overdue to hang out, right? We're like overdue.
Yeah, we got to come down.
Is it our turn or your turn? What is it? Our turn or?
It's their turn, but I'm not gonna. They got a lot going on,
Okay.
so I'll go
right.
back down soon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because they got the funner place to hang out.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, we're just in a subdivision.
But they have the farm. You're right. Oh, you give him shit for sleeping in him. Okay, so you use him for 6 months too, but he totally never takes them out.
No, I don't take them out
months.
at all.
Right on. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So, if I know there's some of you who just got here, and we went through a whole entire rant, and I think if Chris Palmer's still here about using iPads on stage, and I know she is against it 100%. So.
Yes, Chris Palmer is one
I've
that
never seen her use lyrics at
does
all.
not do it.
The only time I've seen her use lyrics is when we were all just jamming and doing whatever song. But yeah, I guarantee.
Oh no, that's fine.
I
don't think
guarantee
I've ever seen iPads in Pearl.
And probably won't in the sauce either.
Yeah.
Just saying. My nose is getting clogged up again. Allergies suck.
Hey, Kimberly's in for a bonfire at Michelle's.
Ooh yeah.
That would be fun.
She should come with us. That would be super fun.
Jared says they've got a farm and baby Bud Lights.
Jared, your memory kills me. Your memory kills me.
Yeah, we're gonna throw a party right now at Michelle's farm here in a couple of weeks if you want to get some baby Bud Lights. They're like V8s.
They're so cute. It's like 5 ounces of Bud Light.
Does anyone even know what I'm talking about when I say V8?
Jared does. Michelle does.
Or
Jared does.
those tiny cans of grapefruit juice.
Why did they even exist? Why did those baby Bud Lights even exist?
I don't know. It's for somebody who just has a little drinking problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how the hell did Jeremy end up with it? I got you a case. It was like
best night ever.
I wish I had that picture because it's somewhere.
Jeremy said he'll buy the beer.
Okay, all right.
Quit giving him shit. Quit giving him shit, everybody.
Oh, you're telling me to quit giving him shit.
No, I'm saying everybody.
Everybody.
Quit giving Jeremy shit. He'll buy the big ones.
Jared with his brain, man, he remembered that shit.
Yeah, he's kind of like a stalker.
He is a little bit with a memory.
Never leave sober, hungry off the farm.
That is freaking true. Don't talk about leaving not sober. I can't go there anymore. Oh wait, what's this? I thought it was something else, but that's funny. Yep. I was fucked up. Oh, yeah, right. That's right. He drank a glass of
He
vodka.
said, give me a break. I was drinking
I
vodka.
got you.
He was drinking, he wasn't just drinking vodka. It was like
a
those big,
to
tall
go
metal cups. I
coffee,
think it was one of them Yeti sons of
Yeti
bitches.
coffee thing, yeah.
And it just was ice and vodka.
Yeah.
And so I was at one point just like, hey, what are you having tonight? And he's like, vodka. And I was like, no, not in that.
No.
You're not. It was like one of these 32-ounce sons of bitches like this with nothing but ice. It's like, no. Funny. You're a funny guy. But actually, what you having, man? Like, be serious this time. He's like, it's vodka. And I was like, fucking bullshit. And he's like, you want some? I was like, yes, I do, because you're thinking drinking water. And I'm like, nothing but vodka. So it was that night.
Yeah. At least it was over ice, right?
Well, anyway, what are we going to talk about here?
I don't know.
Baby Bud Lights to go with the Lunchables.
And Pop-Tarts. Right. Right on.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a lull in our evening?
So in case you're wondering about Oswald the Rabbit, have a look right over my shoulder. Is anybody familiar with Oswald the Rabbit? This is a real character. I'm sure you've got some suspicions on who might have created this character. Hold on. Really Tara, you kill some time while I grab a prop real quick.
He's going to, okay, perfect time to fucking talk about what? You can't go that way. So just a funny note, he just went that way. But our door from the studio to the house has fallen off its hinge. So it's been like this for 2 days now. And we are woodworkers and haven't fucking fixed it yet. So it is sitting there with a piece of tape across it because I opened it last night and it fell completely off the hinge. So yeah, so that's what we're doing now. So he had to go out front to the front of the house and go back in. So that's why you just saw him do that. But yeah, we got screws everywhere. We got freaking drills everywhere and we still haven't fixed our own damn door. So who knows how long that's going to sit there all fucked up, falling off its own hinge. But oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles in this house. We got other things to take care of. Julia knows what the hell. Julia knows what the hell Oswald is. She worked for Disney for a hot minute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yes, but those steps are sturdy and stable.
In case
made out of Michelle's chicken coop.
In case anyone's wondering how committed I am to Oswald the Rabbit.
Look at this.
Listen here.
Look at this.
Oswald the Rabbit is one of my most favorite things in this entire world. I even have an entire book. Look, this is a big book. And it's all about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And it's the history of everything about Oswald. Boy, some of these pages popping up are terrible. This is all Oswald's art. Okay. Oswald the Rabbit is a big deal in my personal life.
Oh, I like that page, those little sketches.
Yes, lots of cool shit. Oswald the Rabbit. Take a look at Oswald. Interesting, huh? Here's the back of the book. So,
yeah, so everybody knows.
This is a cherished book of mine, and I also found Oswald ears.
When you were at Disney this last time, 5 years ago?
Yeah, so check it.
You gonna keep the headphones with that? I like that.
I actually read Jared, asshole. So I got my Oswald ears on. I bought my Oswald little print thingy here. Because this is a really good lesson for everybody listening. It's been a really, really good lesson for me.
We need to revamp this lesson periodically in our life.
Michelle said, yeah, those steps are sturdy because these steps to our doors in the studio.
Said that.
Okay, sorry, I was gone.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You were right.
Well, I was in the middle of something. Anyway, so Walt Disney creates this character while he was working for another company. He was subcontracting his artwork and his characters to another company who was like trying to make money off of our, all of the artwork of Walt Disney, which is fine. It's what you do. You got to get like, look at my ears. You got to get like some work. You got to get like some paid, so there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, when you're an artist, especially, sometimes you got to like sign up to somebody who believes in you and pays you a little bit of money to, you need to create some shit like music or artwork or characters or cartoons or whatever it is, right? Then this guy, I'm reading shit.
Yeah, we're reading, comments, big paragraphs.
So Walt Disney creates this character called Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. And this company that he worked for started to really make some good money with this character. And they were just kind of like, hey, we're slaying it. And they started asking Walt to kind of overwork big time to like keep producing cartoons with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit because it's working, man. It's working. So you need to produce more cartoons. We need to have more stuff. We need more content, Walt. And so he starts working his ass off to get all this content out in time for these guys to be releasing these short films of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit in front of other big films and theaters and things like this. And so Walt approaches them at some point and be like, hey, so Oswald's kicking ass, right? And so what do you think, about, cutting me in a little more? Because like we've sort of done this whole thing together and this is, I've been doing this now for you for a few years. So I don't know, what do you think? And generally speaking, you can go read the details. I'm not going to claim to know the story to its utmost detail, even though I've read it several times. I don't have it memorized. The company was like, no, fuck you. Keep giving us more Oswald cartoons. And Walt was like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not giving you any more Oswald. I quit. He walked away from that shit. You know what he did?
What did he do?
Just keep looking at your screen. Do you know what Walt did? Do you have any idea what Walt did? Here's the thing. I'm being funny, but here's the thing. When you're in a place in your fucking life where you feel like fucking shit's not working out and you feel like people are fucking beating you up and they're fucking hammering your ass and they're fucking, talking shit about you behind your back and they're making money off of you and they're taking advantage of your honesty, they're taking advantage of your talent, they're taking advantage of your sincerity, they're taking advantage of the fact that you'll help them, that you will like be there for them, and then they just shit on you. Don't change everything about you. Don't change everything and be like, I guess I'm just an idiot. I guess I need to just become a different person. No, you don't. Change something really, really small. Just change something really small, like your ears. It was Mortimer Mouse for a minute. But the reason why it became Mickey Mouse is because of Walt's wife. She said, I like Mickey better than Mortimer.
I don't like Mortimer.
I don't like Mortimer. They were on a plane, and she said, I like Mickey. And Walt redrew the ears, and he quit working for that fucking blood-sucking company. And now we have Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, forever let us hold our banners high, 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 high. Come along and sing with me, and sing effectively. Come along, come. What is it? I need an iPad because I don't have the lyrics. Come along and sing along and join the family. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you. Why didn't you let me have that one by myself?
Sorry, because it's.
I let you have one by yourself.
I know, but they did
so
it
I
together.
figured it would be just totally natural for you to
together.
hand off the second one
But it
to
was
me.
like together.
No, the old guy that did the black and white Mickey Mouse Club did the shit by himself. It was like all the kids sang M-I-C, and then by himself he said, see you real soon. And then all the kids said, K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you. Why didn't you just let me have
I'm going to make it look
Why
like
didn't you
really
just let
sad.
me have? I'm just kidding. All right. Start again. Mickey Mouse.
Donald Duck.
No! No! That is some Sweet Caroline shit right there. Don't sing extra lyrics that don't exist.
Thank you. Let her have it, Dan. That's what Jeremy says. Let her have it. Yeah.
How's that song start?
I don't know.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. That's towards the end. Let's try this again. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you. M-O-U-S-E.
Doug Fuller just got to watch you perform. That's awesome. Just change one little thing.
Just change something small. Don't worry about changing everything about you. If someone doesn't like you, go through a bad relationship, someone just like, blah, 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 and you walk away feeling like a piece of shit, and you're feeling like, I guess everything I do is wrong, and I guess like I just can't make him happy, or I can't make her happy. No. I'm gonna play some marching snare right now. No!
Love that.
All you gotta do is change something real little.
Change one thing.
Just change one thing. And you can go from Oswald the Rabbit, who ultimately didn't make shit. And you know why I have this hat? Because you know where I bought this hat? I bought this hat at Disney World. So guess what? Disney's got the rights to Oswald the Rabbit.
They took it back.
Ha ha! He bought that shit back after he got huge. Because all I did was change something small. Don't get overwhelmed about changing everything you are just because someone ain't happy with you. Fuck them.
Jerry says, Dan looks like he's acting like a kid who wants to ride the ride at Disney World but isn't tall enough and he's throwing a tantrum.
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Look at that little sumbitch. Just put some dots on his drawers and change his ears
That's it.
and take over the world.
And he still only has 4 fingers. There's your lesson for tonight, kids.
I am Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
So annoying. I am.
Oh, hey, there's Moses.
There's Moses. He's still here. He just. Oh!
Shouldn't have broke those
Dude.
commandments, Moses.
Dude. Moses went.
He's trying to break my Oswald like he broke the commandments.
Oh, shit. Like, you mean in Monty Python's movie?
Don't break the commandments,
These
Moses.
15 commandments. These 10 commandments. Best scene in the movie. Sorry. Best scene in the movie. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I can hardly breathe.
I know we've all had our Oswald moments. That's why Oswald's my hero.
You're going to keep those on the rest of the show.
Because Oswald's the one that actually got Walt Disney fucking going. It was his momentum.
Totally.
So Oswald's still a very important character. But when you're dealing with somebody who's just being an asshole to you, just change a little something about yourself and keep on trucking.
Yep.
Keep on trucking, people!
I love that hat on you. You should keep it. That should be like...
I'm going to try to smack my eyes.
Oh! There go the ears.
Lost some phones.
I love the fact that it has like a little fucking elastic bag? Elastic band holding it on. Like, and what is that? Is it dog hair or cat hair? What the hell's all over that thing?
Jeremy, I'm drinking baby Bud Lights, but I'm pouring them in a cup.
In a YouTube cup. You said you had a story about, and Jared tried to ask earlier, or tried to guess earlier, and he missed it. He said, I assume that you were talking about pissing again with you too. No,
actually, I'm not. This story is connected. So depending on who all's watching, you have to know that I have connected stories that have to do with you too. And they all have to do.
You've seen them 400 times.
No, I haven't. But all my good stories have to do with my ex-wife, who is the biggest U2 fan that's ever walked the planet. So all for some of you who remember my story about how I met Bono the very first time, and it was in the split-second moment when my wife at the time had gone to the bathroom, and when she came back, we had all in line had already met U2, and they all went inside, and then she came back from the bathroom. And it's not funny to her at all, but the irony is unbelievable. I have another U2 story where I met Bono that I haven't even told on this podcast yet. I'm not ready to tell that story tonight. But I have a third U2 story that has to do with this cup.
Do we want to say that?
And it also has to do with my former wife not being able to see this tour.
It just keeps going.
Even though I did, right? It's unbelievable.
But you were divorced by that, or separated, or
I was.
Whatever. You were.
So I had this client of mine that I was doing cabinets for. He actually kind of hit me up, just like, hey, let's go see U2, the Joshua Tree tour in Kansas City.
At Arrowhead.
And I'm kind of like, I don't really care that much about U2, but it's more my ex that really loved them, whatever else. And so they did that tour, right, where they came out and they played the Joshua Tree record start to finish, and then they kind of played some other shit after that, right? Well, it's at Arrowhead, and they're like, hey, we got the tickets, we got everything. You guys just got to come up. We're gonna drive you. We're gonna meet somewhere. It's gonna be awesome. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't really care that much about U2. And so we go to the show. Who was opening?
It was Beck.
Oh, yeah.
But we totally missed it because we were all hanging out at this little dive bar somewhere in Kansas City.
Yeah. So we actually missed Beck.
And it was like, we gotta go. We totally missed Beck.
So we go see the U2 Joshua Tree tour. I mean, I got to see it. I didn't even want to see it. Somebody just said, I've got tickets, let's go. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go, but this isn't something I really am dying to see.
But it was a cool client, and he's a good guy.
No, of course. No, I had a great time. But my former wife had already had tickets to this show for months.
Oh, that's right. It's all coming back to me now.
When this show got announced.
2017, think.
She had them for months and months, right? Like for St. Louis. And it was just like, oh my God, it was her dream come true to see the Joshua Tree U2 tour. And I got it not only for free, but I didn't even want it. I was just kind of like, oh, are we going to go to that Joshua Tree tour show tonight? He's like, oh, yeah, we better go to Kansas City.
So
and meet
Kansas
this client up there. It's like, okay, cool. Let's just have some fun with it. So we meet at the bar. We go see Joshua Tree tour U2. It's awesome. It's fucking great. It's like the next day or two, they're supposed to play in St. Louis, which my former wife was looking forward to for the last 6 months. And
no, his laughter is is not belittling the situation he's about to talk
I'm
about.
not. I actually feel really horrible about this stuff. It's just the irony of these YouTube stories that I have are just unbelievable. But like the night before the YouTube show in St. Louis is when
Ferguson. Michael
Was
Brown.
it that?
Michael Brown. Ferguson.
Was it that?
It was. I don't know about night before, but it was. That's
No, but I don't know if that was the actual.
It was the riots.
I thought it was something else.
It was all that
Oh, okay.
stuff.
It was when
I can Google it real quick.
It was when the Ferguson riots broke out over the Michael Brown situation. I think that's what it was. I know that there was riots in St. Louis.
Go ahead. I'm gonna.
I don't know if it was Michael Brown. I thought it was riots to do with something else.
You keep talking, but oh wow, it was something else.
It was something else. It wasn't Michael Brown.
You're right, because that was longer ago than that.
No, it wasn't actually that long ago. 2 years.
The cup says 2017.
Yeah, and there was something big in St. Louis that had just happened.
But it was that kind of.
No, yeah. No, I know.
We're Googling as we talk, so this is really entertaining. I know.
It doesn't matter. This is part of it. Oh my God, your Google searches are like paragraphs.
Well, why not?
Just U2 St. Louis 2017.
Don't tell
Ed
me.
Sheeran had just
Don't
played.
do this. Oh my gosh, it's so silly.
It was specifically St. Louis. Something huge.
Yeah, there was an acquittal. There was an acquittal of a police officer, Jason Shockley, who had killed Anthony Lamar Smith. So it was an acquittal that had happened in St. Louis, and therefore it caused some rioting.
Okay, yeah, because it was specifically St. Louis.
But it was Michael Brown was 2014, so this was 17. So this was very specifically St. Louis. So yeah. The verdict resulted in protests in St. Louis, according to ABC News. 32 people were arrested, blah, 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 blah. So,
right.
And so, yeah, so
it got super bad in St. Louis. And U2.
And Ed Sheeran.
It actually got so bad that U2 actually canceled their Joshua Tree
show
at the TWA Dome. So, and I had just seen it like the night before. And they actually canceled the show in St. Louis at the TWA Dome.
This is from Julia.
They're Staples Center now.
Julia sent the same information, so thank you, Julia, for that.
Yeah. So anyway, but I got the cups in Kansas City.
But she couldn't go because she never got
to see the Joshua Tree. It's awful. Listen, I'm not laughing because like I'm
you're laughing because
I'm so evil.
ironic.
I'm just the irony of how shitty the U2 stories have like leaned in my favor and not hers, and I was never actually the big U2 fan. It's tragic. It's tragic. I think I might have even gave her one of these.
She did get to go see them later, right? Like, I think she took Bono.
Not yet.
Your son, Bono.
Not yet.
I thought they went because Bono.
Not since St. Louis.
Hang on. You need to double check that fact because Bono was going. He was crying. Remember, he was at the show and he was crying. It was so awesome. There was they rescheduled either Joshua Tree or some other tour a year or so later, but she sent you a picture of or a video of Bono crying. Your son, Bono.
I don't think that was U2.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was.
Of course it was. Who else would it be?
I thought it was.
No. You need to maybe text right now and see what she says because I think that was totally a U2 show that was rescheduled or a different tour.
Anyway.
But anyway.
Well, I'm sitting here with Oswald the Rabbit ears on.
And I've got allergies clogging up my freaking nose, so I apologize for my stuffy nose sounding voice.
What else were we going to talk about? Oh, hey! Tara and I thought about something this week. Actually, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I don't know if I want to get into this.
Okay, what?
Never mind. My ex did not find what she was looking for. That's totally correct, Josh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Your stepson had just moved there. I know Julia. Yeah, it was super stressy at that point.
Yeah, St. Louis was bad.
It was a little stressy. Yes. So
it was bad enough for you two.
So you don't want to talk about something, right? You can talk about something right now. I gotta disappear for a minute. I'll be right back.
No, I certainly ain't gonna do it while you're gone.
Okay, well, talk about something.
What do you want to talk about? We have been talking a lot this week, her and I, about like the songs of your life. Like there's some certain kinds of music. For me, it just happens to be like some old school, like Hoosier country music, let's say to the tune of like Marshall Tucker or somebody like the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, or even the old school kind of Willie and Waylon and all them guys. That I'm pretty sure was played on the regular while I was in utero. So, like in the womb. Because it's like there's something about that kind of music that will just stop me in my tracks. And it's got nothing to do with like, oh, here's a great cut, or hey, here's a song that means something to me. It's more just like when that style plays with the harmonica and the Hoosier draggy, whiny kind of sound. It's something that is just like so like, part of my like soul and being. It's kind of very interesting. Not only have we all talked about like, oh, music's like your soundtrack and you can listen to a song that brings you back to 6th grade. Like deeper than that. Like the kind of music that's just kind of like, this must have been played like before I was even fully developed or something, because it's got a completely different kind of touch. And so something that we are going to do a show about, Tara and I are going to start working on maybe some themed shows, just a little bit of themed shows. And one of them is kind of like the story of your life. Kind of we call it the Sweet 16, and there's an entire story behind the Sweet 16 that we'll get into maybe on this episode that I'm talking about, the soundtrack of your life, where you could, and you should all be thinking about this before we do this show. Maybe we'll do it next week, the Sweet 16. The point of it is, if you were to die right now, fall over dead, if there was 16 songs we could play that would absolutely represent who you are as a person the day you drop dead, what 16 songs would those be? And it doesn't really matter what, why, how, blah, blah, blah. This is not a list that has to do with like, oh my God, I hate admitting that I like Nickelback. It is not about trying to be cool. It's not about trying to be like, oh, pick songs that you think people would respect. Like, since you're a musician, you should pick songs that like, people would like respect you as a musician. No! These are songs that if you are dead, and we are looking at your dead body inside your dead box.
Casket, your dead hole, your dead casket.
We almost connected.
Almost.
Dead box is what I said. She said dead casket.
Yeah, no.
Listen, if we're looking at your dead body and your dead box.
Christy started. Okay, Christy, compile this 16 list. You got this.
You've got 16 slots. You do not have 17 slots.
Nope. You
have 16 slots. You cannot add. You cannot have a forward. Okay?
No honorable mention.
No honorable mentions. You have 16 songs to tell me who you are.
No, that was good.
And why you are. And why you've ever cared. And anything. I don't get a chance to talk to you anymore. You die suddenly. Now all I have to do is listen to these 16 songs. And at the end of these 16 songs, will I understand a little bit about who you are as a person? 16 songs is all you get.
16.
That's it.
With the ears.
So
flapping.
start working on your list. I've already got my list worked on. Now, what I do, because this whole idea was actually inspired by my dad, and so my brother and myself and my brothers and my mother even, there's a lot of people in our lives that are working on this list. You can't take too long, though, because you could fucking die tomorrow. So you got to get this list out soon. You got to put them down. Have some beers while you're working on your list. It'll help you kind of like, ooh, I forgot about that song I used to love.
And listen to them.
You know,
Listen to
I
them.
have a song from
Right?
when I was like 7 that came with like a book, and it was like this little like record that I would put on my record player, and it was like, I'm so cozy to ride in a dump truck. Hop in the back and you will see. It's so cozy to ride in my dump truck. That song might be on my list. I'm just telling you. It has nothing to do with songs that are cool. It has songs that have to do with who you are. All right. Looks like some of you have got this. You need to work on them. Next week, we are going to do a show that kind of features this entire concept. I, in particular, Tara and I both, and some other people that's already been involved in this concept, we actually verbally record an explanation. What makes this list even cooler is if you can say, you know, coming in at number 16, here's why this song is on my list. And you can actually give a quick 4 or 5 sentences, 1 paragraph at the most, an actual explanation of why this song ended up on your list. And they do need to be in order. They do need to be in order of importance. Number one needs to be your like
primo.
This song is me. If you only get a chance to hear one song, number one needs to be the song that is like, this is 100% my song. 100%.
Yep.
But the 15 supporting songs up to that number one,
they need to have their place too, and their
needs
reason.
to make me listen to it and go, I kind of understand. I understand that person now because of those 16 songs.
So see what Christy says here.
Hey, Bono.
So write them here or on the Unsung page. You need to write them for yourself.
Yes, as of right now.
Like compile them for yourself.
As of right now, yes, this is just your Unsung Dreamer homework.
Right.
So don't write anything in the comments right now.
Or
like even Bono says, Ghostbusters theme might be on his list.
Right.
He's 11.
Michelle.
It does make it
yes.
difficult. Let me tell you a story about it being difficult. My dad actually started this idea when he was still alive, and he decided to stay up one night and write his top 10 songs that represent his life.
See, so let me just butt in. He's the one who started this.
Yes.
Listen, out of the blue, he was like, I need to do this.
Yes.
And he was, how old do you think?
He was 60s.
So, okay.
Early 60s.
Early, because he passed at 62.
62. So he decided one night to just kind of stay up. I think he was alone. I think he was by himself. And he's like, I'm going to make a list of the top 10 songs that represent my
You're going to hear why, Michelle.
life. And here's why it's 16, Michelle. He said, he just did all this in his head. I'm going to do top 10 songs that represent me as a person. So he started his list. And he kind of got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And as he's drinking some beer and sitting by himself in the dining room coming up with this list, he's like, I got to have this one. And he'd already gotten his 10. And then as he's kind of drinking some more, listening to music, like, oh man, they got this one, has to be on it. Like, but I can't sacrifice one of the 10. Oh my gosh. So this goes on. We into the hours.
This one has to be on it, and here's why.
And here's why.
Like he had reasons, not just because he liked the song.
But he was very like, I really don't want this to turn into a super long list. I wanted it to be top 10, but I just cannot live without these other 6. Oh my gosh, and I cannot sacrifice any of the other ones on the list. So it turned into the Sweet 16. That's how it turned into the Sweet 16.
Because seriously, if you tried to put your own top 10 together, I guarantee each and every one of you watching who are already starting it, I can tell you're already starting it, you will come up with 10 and you'll be like, but I have to have that. You'll do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, when you really think about it, you go all the way back.
When you even try to do 16, you're going to be like, can we do 20? No. We have to do 16.
It has to stop at 16.
So since Tom stopped at 16, we're going to stop at 16.
Stopping at 16. Now, let me tell you why this is important. Is because he then later figured out how to record onto a CD. He didn't have a studio, he didn't have recorders or anything like that, but he had one of those CD players that Best Buy sold for a while that were recordable. You could like dub cassette tapes on CDs and weird shit like that. He literally plugged a cheap ass microphone into the 1/8" jack of this CD player and would actually start talking about the explanations of why these 16 songs are on his list. Okay? He recorded those. Well, we were able to get all of this grabbed digitally and put into things like iTunes and files before he had passed away in 2006. Now, every year on the day that he had died, which is June 20th, we go to St. Louis and we all set chairs up around my dad's tombstone and we set up a little gazebo, little tent. We run electricity out there with a basically like a PA system to play songs. We get food, we drink beer, and every single year we play what we have of these explanations and then the song, explanation and then the song of his Sweet 16, and we do that every year at the cemetery. So this is how much thought you got to put into this shit. Because he did die pretty suddenly, and this is the only Sweet 16 we had at the time. Now, sometimes in your life, you might put a Sweet 16 down. You might write a list of songs that matter to you right now. And in 5 years from now, you might be like, number 12 doesn't matter to me that much anymore. Because it depends on what you're going through.
Yeah. A new song comes along, and there's an old song that you remember that matters more than number 12. So you got to change. Your life will change, and it will also dictate where those Sweet 16 songs are. So,
and that's okay.
And that's
okay to change it. But you
please change it.
You need to try to keep it updated, because if you fall over dead, we might end up at the cemetery playing these 16 songs, remembering you.
Yeah.
And they need to be as close of a representation of what you are and who you are as possible. So that when we're at your cemetery and we're at your gravesite listening to your songs, there's not a song on there about like 2 husbands ago. Like, because then we're going to be like, what was that about? Was that about? Why would she have that? You got to update it, okay, as you live. But where you're at right now, make sure you got this thing, because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's amazing going through it and being like, which songs would you cut and which songs are you going to keep? Because I actually had a Sweet 16 upwards of 10 years ago, and over half those songs are not on the list anymore. They're not on my list anymore. I've already got a whole nother Sweet 16 halfway compiled right now that represents me now. And that's okay. It's okay to change it every few years.
The whole point is to have the most updated version you possibly can, because you never know when that crap is going to happen. So therefore, your loved ones who remain, whether they're friends or family, if we get a list of, say, 5 of you send us a list and something, God forbid, happens to any one of you, that's the list we're going to go by for the rest of our life.
We'll have nothing else.
So that's how important it is. If you have children, if you have
just to be clear, for those of you who want to try this and who want to do this, it might take longer than a week.
It will.
It's something that really, like, you could probably sit down and go, there's 5 I know for sure. No,
Right.
Okay, you still got 11 more. And when you start thinking about the 11 more, it is very hard to narrow it.
Yes, that is totally true.
It's very hard.
But
a lot of times,
whole point.
Your first 5 or 7 or 8, you're just kind of like, these have been my songs ever since I was a little kid. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
But those other 7 are the hardest ones to decide who goes and who stays. Because I want to be able to play it and hear it and go, I understand that person now because of these 16 songs.
Any genre, any era.
But listen, it can be goofy shit too. It doesn't necessarily, it could be something like, when I was in 8th grade, I sang this song, some dumb song. And that was the day that made me feel like I was something more than just a third grader. That can still be on the list. It doesn't have to be like a deep song, like an amazingly beautiful song. Like I say.
I have a fun example.
Oh, yeah, you do. That song that's only like 30 seconds or something?
Well, that too. That's a good one too. I'm not going to go there. I got to reveal that later. That's even better. But what I just now thought of, see, here's the thing. I have my 16 all charted out, right? And I just thought of another song that I want to see if I should bump one for this song. For instance, when I was in 4th grade, there was a piano in our classroom in California. And I was just getting into music and singing and all this stuff and just kind of realizing what musical ear was. But this particular piano was one of those electric pianos that had the notes like a little, now we're talking the 70s, but this was pretty cool. It had a little screen up above the piano that when you hit a note, it showed where it was on the staff. It was a really cool piano. Anyway, so the song that I picked out was Greensleeves, and it's the first song I picked out by ear to play one note at a time on the piano. It's called Greensleeves. So that song to me belongs on my Sweet 16. Maybe, but I have to evaluate. But that other one you're talking about, oh, I like that.
That's why I said one of my songs might be "It's So Cozy."
Hey, Johnny Cross.
I've been back and you will see. But the funnest part is the explanations. If you have any possible way, which now we do. My dad didn't have iPhones and shit when he was doing this back in 2005.
Yes.
Your own music is allowed.
Absolutely.
Joshua Poole, your own music is allowed. As I Pray from Johnny Q. Public is on my list, without a doubt. Yes, you can use your own music if it means that much to you and if it represents what you are. But
certainly.
Yes, As I Pray is on my list, and it will always be. What else was I gonna say? Oh, the explanations. Now that we have like the ability to just do voice memos, like literally just voice memos. If you think about this song, you're gonna put on your list and you just talk into your voice memos. Hey, the reason why Jack and Diane is on my list is because when I was in 7th grade, and I was dating this boy, his name was Davey, and he was just so awesome, and he made just the explanations are the goal, not just a damn list of songs. It's got to be like we got to have like explanations of why. They can be written out, typed out, 16 explanations, or you can record audibly what your explanation is to your songs.
So I've been to 4 dad days. I think so. I think I've been to 4 of his dad days at the cemetery, and it is a very interesting thing because usually his brother Barney is always there, and some friends, some other friends are there. So, and of course Tracy, Barney's wife. So what's interesting about it is that when the explanations start, the conversation stops. It goes silent. We all shut the fuck up and we listen to Tom talk. He says the explanation. And since most of us have heard this top 16 at least 4 times for me.
14 years now.
But now 14 times for some. But the explanations are still.
Oh yeah, you gotta shut up.
And then as soon as the song starts, we can continue whatever conversation we ever had. But it is a. I'm getting a little bit teary-eyed thinking about it because it's such an amazing respect. Because obviously this person has passed away, so it's a huge thing. But this is how big this Sweet 16 is.
It's really fun to share. I mean, we talked years ago. I was at the point of getting web developers and like phone app developers of like creating an app that's the Sweet 16 where you could create a profile. I shouldn't be saying all this because someone's going to steal it. I actually wish somebody would steal it because I don't have the energy to do it. Where you would create a profile like Dan Fritz, and then I would create my Sweet 16. So that if you find out, if you find somebody on this app, like Michelle McBride, I can go click on her and her Sweet 16 is there with the explanations. Like a totally different way of doing social media where the app is actually called Sweet 16. So no matter who, you you're not even allowed to have a profile on the app unless you have filled in all 16 songs and all 16 explanations, so that you could click on somebody like Josh Poole and I could like look at his 16 songs and I could listen to his explanations, and I would just come to know Josh Poole so much better than I really do because he's on this Sweet 16 app. So if anybody wants to steal that idea, go for it. But it's a really neat way to kind of get to know each other, and it's an amazing way for you to get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you finally go, what would be number one? What would it be and why? It starts making you go, who am I? Who am I? Why do I want that one to be number one? It's really cool. It's super fun. So just have fun with it. That's your unsung homework.
Unsung homework. Unsung homework.
For sure.
So we've said it before, but we are going to rebrand the name of this Thursday night show very soon.
You guys want to know what it's going to be called?
I don't know.
Does anyone know what the new Thursday night live show is going to be called?
These are our people that are here tonight watching right now.
We just got our same group. It just feels like we're...
These are, I hate to use the word homies, but
oh, Michelle, I'm looking so forward to your list. You and Jeremy's both.
Yeah.
It's so fun to start thinking about, like, oh gosh, yeah, I would love to hear Dan's list. I would love to hear Michelle's list.
I'd like to hear Julia's list or
anybody.
Bono's or Josh's.
Yeah, and it's just really fun because you're just like, oh gosh, I wonder what's on that list.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
So to be honest about, Jared, I know you know everything. Jared knows exactly what we're going to rebrand it. But the thing is that we started calling this Thursday night thing Unsung Chat because we just wanted to do something when COVID hit and our interviews had to stop and all this bullshit. And we just were like, we need some sort of content because there are several episodes that are actually audio only before we started doing video. We just wanted something to call it. So we chatted because that's exactly what we do. We just sit here and chat. We chat with you guys. We chat with each other. And so we called it Unsung Chat just randomly. And it's okay. That's okay. But we want to rebrand it with something different, some different logos, some different ideas and things like that. But I don't know.
Well, it wasn't all our idea.
No.
We've been consulting with our
should we call him our producer?
He's in a producer role.
Certainly.
Tom Henry. And so I was going to look up. Hold on that.
It's a delay, so we'll wait for some comments to come in. So Jared's research department has been working overtime. And Michelle says this Sweet 16 might take more than a week. Yes.
Yes,
I think
it
you're
definitely
correct.
might take more than
and
a week.
maybe we should pause and next week might be something different anyway, right? Remember? We have something a little bit different next week anyway. So maybe 2 weeks we'll do the Sweet 16 thing.
What's next week? No, it's not.
It's not.
It's a week after. Next week is my birthday show.
Oh, that's right.
So my birthday is next Wednesday, and
different.
we are going to do the Unsung, the chat episode on next Wednesday, and we're going to do the Unsung chat episode on Thursday like normal, and then the week after that, we got something kind of special planned.
All right. Oh, I got you.
So
You're right.
No, it's
You're
not
right.
next week.
My bad.
But I was gonna say, oh crap, I didn't label the names. I'm pretty sure. I was just going to give everybody one small sneak
snippet
into into my Sweet 16. I was going to at least give you one song that's on my Sweet 16. I just want to make sure it actually made it to the list. The Johnny Cash song made it to the list.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you one song on my Sweet 16. You'll have to guess which order it's in. Because a lot of people don't know this song. I'm not going to play it. I'll get in trouble.
I got you.
I'm just going to tell you what it is.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know that Johnny Cash wrote a song called Nasty Dan.
He did?
and Nasty Dan is on my Sweet 16.
That's an example. So you
And
need to
there's a
Google
verse
that
in
shit.
it about Tara.
Me?
Yeah.
Pearl?
But I've been hearing this song since I was like 6.
And those of you who know us, you'll hear this song.
When you
and you'll be
hear the
like,
song Nasty Dan and
Yep.
they start talking about Pearl, Nasty Pearl, you're going to know it's fucking Dan and Tara. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. But I've been hearing that song since I was 5 years old because it was Nasty Dan.
Right on.
So every time it came on, I'd be like, this song's about you. And I was like, no, it's not.
And then he met me.
Well, no, it's about me. And now about her.
So
That is actually on my Sweet 16. So.
Michelle says this, and that's funny. She's gonna roast the dog shit out of you for your birthday, so get your big boy panties on.
Yes.
So, okay, so
So is Michelle officially agreeing to be on the dais? It's a year from
the
now.
dais.
Dais.
In
It's
a year
from now.
In 1 year, there is still the Dan Fritz the Dan Fritz roast is happening in 1 year from now because he's only 49 coming up in a few days next week. So next year we are going to have a full-on roast. We never got an answer from our guest on the last interview.
We kind of did.
He wants to do an MMA fight, but anyway. So anyway, we've got
We have Jeff Ward on the hook for being on the dais,
Mhm.
and Michelle now is saying she's going to roast the shit out
hell
of me. So
yeah.
if she's saying she's going to be on the dais, then I think we might have
We have
two dais.
I think we have at least 10 or 15
Jared,
people.
yes, I did forget that next Wednesday is my birthday, so I don't know how to cook that right now.
Ooh, I love how you guys are talking about this.
Jared and I, listen,
Incognito.
Jared from the Audio Roast
Audio Roast.
podcast, we have been working on an idea that's going to be so fucking different and so fun. Like, it's been sort of very lightly touched on here and there, right here at the Unsung Dreamers, but we haven't done any kind of an official announcement. We are working on something that's going to be fun and funny and unlike anyone in this town, in the music scene especially, has ever done. I don't know if anyone's ever done it in this town actually at all.
No,
whether they're involved in music. Or not. And I don't even want to give you a hint
Nope.
what it is.
No hint.
Except that I kind of did just a second ago. But anyway,
You did, kind of. We'll see if anybody was listening. But no. It's
Michelle
special.
wants to be on the list of roasters.
Of
All right,
course.
done.
Duh.
That's
It
she has to be. Yes.
She has to, of course. Of course. And it's, yes. Fuck yeah.
That's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Start working on your comedy. You got a year, 365 days from Wednesday.
1 year.
That's the official day.
This COVID bullshit. will
Let's
be
blow
gone
this
forever.
up so big that we have to have it at like the shrine.
Oh.
And let's like put all the money towards something awesome. I don't know. I don't need to nobody needs to make money.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
if we could like turn it into a big event, like everyone, I am going to be so mean to people for the next 12 months, just so that everyone just like, I am dying to get to this roast where we're going to destroy Dan Fritz.
It's going to be huge. I think we have our host too.
Yeah, Jared said you're going to love what we're up to because I was just talking about it a second ago because it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the best.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be the best thing the Springfield music scene has ever seen.
We're going to make entertainment.
There is no better thing.
Michelle's roasting has been years in the making. Believe me, sweetheart. Yes, we're together on that. So I was gonna host. I think originally I was gonna host, but I think it's better suited that we have someone like Jared to freaking take that responsibility.
Hey, wait. Now, don't just hand it off to him. He's going to still have to. Jared is one of the candidates. Listen, you are letting out too many things here way too soon.
Okay.
I mean, when we get down to it, we might have a couple of hosts that, need to audition. Right? I mean, Jared is a great possibility.
Okay, all right.
But so is Paula Priest.
Oh, Paula.
See, you better let's just wait until we figure out how this is all going.
Oh, Jared.
Jared says if he's not hosting, I'm going to burn the bitch to the ground. Okay, so Jared might end up being the host.
That's a threat.
Jared would be a fantastic host. But
He
listen, we're not making any official announcements, but it's a year from next Wednesday. And it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
I don't know the hand gestures of the one with the little hands. So
It's going to be super, super fun. Listen, Linda.
Where?
I'm not the only one that's been taking notes.
Unabomber style.
For the last
Sorry,
several months.
the reason we are ducking away to read these comments is because our camera is right in the way of our fucking comments. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. So yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Well, I think we should think about wrapping up.
I do want to say a gigantic thank you to all of you tuning in, because we've had a pretty good high number this time around. Thank you so much. And I want to say just a quiet thank you to all of you who have contributed to our fund because of our shit that was stolen.
We're going to do something about that. We're going to do some kind of a fun video or something. We have gotten so much awesomeness. Yes. You probably weren't finished. Sorry.
It's okay. You go ahead and talk.
No, I just it's been from all over the place. Chrisley Pressler actually set a GoFundMe up for us, which was super sweet and awesome. And there's people that's given to that. There's been people that's just given to us directly through Cash Apps and Venmos and things like that. And
I was handed $20 from a guy the other night.
Yeah, we've been given just cash on the street.
Yeah.
And we have been spending every penny of that stuff to literally build back. We're not trying to make any damn money, believe me, not at all. It literally, if we get anything, it's going to literally dollar for dollar go back into anything that we actually lost a couple of weeks ago through a big old fat theft of Tara's Jeep getting cleaned out. So anyway, thank you guys so much. But I think we're going to end up doing something. Maybe a little separate and special to just try to let everybody know who has helped us, even through just words of encouragement, but also through finances and all kinds of stuff. Fucking, you guys have been the shit souls.
So thank you.
There's no doubt about that.
It's been great.
Jared says,
for fuck's sakes, Daniel, I hated your guts for over a decade. My resume shines. That is right. Look at Johnny Cross. I have to put this up there. Orgy?
What's he asking about for my birthday next week?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Mark said, what are you doing for your birthday next week? And Johnny said, orgy? I don't know if those are related or not.
I don't know if they are or not, but it's fucking funny.
Chrissy says, Jared has to host.
Oh, look at that. Look at Michelle. Look at that. Look at Michelle. Just wait till they see my mugshot when I get arrested for fucking up them thieves. Yeah. Yeah. Because your mugshot will be even prettier than mine, because I had a fucking incredible mugshot. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I do know a story about sweet little Michelle. She lives so far away and she hasn't been here in town a lot. So some of our new friends here probably don't know who she is. Show everybody who she is, because I'm going to tell a story about the time she was in a bar and tried to beat the shit out of a guy with a pool cue.
Lean, get in camera. There you go.
Look at this little innocent little beautiful. Oh, she's so beautiful. She took a pool cue. I don't know the details of this story other than something fucking pissed her off, and she decided to grab an extra pool cue off the wall and start beating the shit out of people that came anywhere close to her. Yeah, little innocent. Look, oh, she's so pretty. Yeah, don't fucking make her mad. You can see the angles. See the angles in her eyebrows? Those angles mathematically spell don't fuck with me. I will get a pool cue and beat your ass.
Even though
like the heavy, thicker side of it, donk right on your head. I think she's only about 5 foot tall. So.
Yeah. Right.
Don't
mess with her. Don't mess with her.
Seriously, don't. Just don't.
This guy says, "Can you please stop burping?" I didn't know you were
Did
burping.
I burp?
Were you burping? I don't know if you were burping. I don't know who that
I
is.
don't think I was
but
burping.
I don't think you were burping. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because it's Brando. Ah, thank you. My mugshot was hot. You know.
Oh yeah, Michelle and I don't think I have that picture.
Oh, right. I
I don't
don't
think
have
I
it.
have it here.
I don't have it. That was awesome.
Well, we just showed another picture of you.
Because you're so pretty.
It's a beauty. So hot. Damn, you're hot.
She loves it when somebody says she's hot.
Those are people calling her. No, that's a joke. She does not love it.
Jared says I contracted bills for my mugshot. No, I just knew that it was gonna get around town, so I was like raising my eyebrows, and I was like, I gotta make something of this because I knew. And by 9:00 the next day, it was already around town. So I made the right decision. Yeah, ew. She says ew with the whole
Probably
hot.
because we called her hot.
Yeah, of course.
All
right. Thank you so much. Oh, she's all right.
She's all right.
Her husband says she's all right.
She's all right.
She's all right for a farm girl.
I'll bet her husband's got the brunt of a boot or a pool cue or a horseshoe. I'm telling you, this bitch will throw anything at you. I'm not joking. Like, for real.
And
If you make her mad enough.
Use the word bitch endearingly.
She's my cute little bitch. Anyway.
Johnny says y'all said you were going to do something special, so that's why he said orgy earlier.
Oh, okay. It's hard to follow these delayed shits.
I know. Oh, shit.
Anyways. Man, it was good to have you guys. We didn't have a whole lot kind of going. We just love kind of going off your comments and having conversations with y'all as we go. I mean, I think that's kind of the fun part of it. But we are going to start structuring just a little bit more, maybe kind of having some themes. Maybe next week we're going to, it would be perfect for my birthday, actually, my birthday episode to maybe kind of get into a deeper explanation of what this Sweet 16 thing is, and I'll try to have my actual list ready. What do you want to do? Show some shit that we've gotten done lately?
I do want to God bless America. I do want to show a little bit of Sum because a lot of people don't really realize what we do.
Yeah, you guys want to see some of our work?
Some of our
Because on some of our episodes, and we're going to try to do this more often, actually, because why not? What we do during the day. Now just Tara and I, but this is back when we still had some other amazing people working for us. Fritz Designs and Concepts is what we kind of do on the daily, what we do for our real jobs, right? So you might not know that we're goofy and we do our goofy shit, but each week, maybe week or so, every couple weeks or something like this, we'll show you some stuff that is recently finished products. Recently finished projects.
I think we showed my dad's kitchen next door.
No, yeah, we already did this.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to reiterate. That's what we showed a couple weeks ago.
That's old school.
It's not old school. It's still fucking awesome.
Kind of old school. This is a house in Highland Springs that we just recently finished, and it was a completely different style than what we normally do. And so I don't know if you guys would enjoy seeing what we actually do somewhat on daily. Just fill the screen with it.
I'm filling the screen. There it is.
They don't have to see me talking.
So there, right there.
Yeah, so look at this weird stuff. We did no hardware. This is all white oak. So those funky cabinets there on the right with floating shelves, and then back in the background you can see some more floating shelves. And that was the style of this whole house. It was just this crazy weird sort of Tuscany, but also a little modern-y and also a little industrial. It had all these kinds of crazy things. This house was built by Doug Pitts Construction.
And here's the master suite, the master bed.
This is the master bathroom.
I'm going to take that off of there. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to take this off. There we go. Just our name. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you can see everything was Extremely. And Tara, like all of those doors and drawer fronts, we actually edged every one of them with like this 1/4 inch solid wood around that white oak ply, and they all had to be totally flushed out, sanded, beautiful, without a belt sander. For those of you
I hand sanded every single one of these motherfucking doors and drawer fronts.
Yes.
Me.
It was days and days.
I did.
Literally days and days. So I know you might look at it and go, oh, that looks simple. It's just like a flat jar. It's just like a flat jar.
No, but they're banded.
This took Tara 5 to 6 straight 9 to 10 hour days to sand all these drawer fronts and doors. This is the main kitchen. Super cool and weird. I just loved how funky and weird everything was on this job. Just something totally different. And it looks right off into over there on the right, those big ass windows on the back of the house, which are cool.
On the left?
River. It's like a lake that sort of spills across the back of this.
Yeah,
house.
it's freaking beautiful. It's in Highland.
Show them the wine cellar.
Well, just real quick. Here's another
there's
angle.
the kitchen from the other
Here's
angle.
another angle of the kitchen.
So look how weird it is. There wasn't very many upper cabinets.
No.
It was just kind of like one big sort of friggy cabinet,
And
no
this
handles. Again.
gigantic fridge.
Gigantic fridge, no hardware. So all of those doors had a custom groove ripped either in the bottom or the top of them, depending on what their location was, so that you could reach in and literally just open them with your fingers with no hardware, all soft close hardware, really cool stuff. That white oak is real neat because the grain is super straight. It's very straight.
And just to double reiterate, we grain matched all of this shit. So you can't see me pointing at it, but all the drawer fronts and doors, the grain is exactly the same piece of wood.
Well, yeah, like those drawers,
top and bottom.
Those drawers you see on the right there,
or here, they're all the same grain. So
well, they're cut out of the same piece of plywood, so that the grain continues through the drawer front and into the doors the same. So it's a very subtle thing. Not a lot of people would notice it, but if you follow the grain and the colors, see how there's funky colors in those drawer fronts and doors.
I wish we could point.
And do you see? It doesn't matter. You can see it. Look at the vanity right here in front. You can see the color lines continue.
They all match
from the drawers down into the doors. So it's kind of fun.
And so I want to save this one for last because this is an amazing freaking wine. It's right off to the right of the kitchen. So to the right of this picture is this picture. Look at that. That is their wine. It's actually enclosed all by glass. They've enclosed this in glass. This is their wine.
Yeah, like if you look to the right through that black window, you can actually see the fridge again.
The left, babe. You're dyslexic. To the left.
Oh, okay. To the left, where that black window is, you can actually see that big fridge that was in the kitchen. So this literally is right off the kitchen, and it's all totally enclosed in glass. So you can see the wine cellar exposed to the living room and all.
However, they have it climate controlled. Inside
so it's pretty
glass.
cool. That's one of our latest projects, and a totally different style than we normally do. And so let your friends know if they want some cool shit made. That's the kind of stuff we do. And coming up next week or the week after, we'll show you some other stuff we're working on, and you won't even recognize it compared to what we just showed you.
Nope.
Because we literally do custom stuff, so every job is different. We just like to share with you guys kind of some of the stuff we do because a lot of people don't realize what the hell.
Yeah.
It's not just apartment cabinets. It's cool shit, man.
Cool shit, man. Man, once we get this loft downtown done, I want to get some pictures of that too because we're doing a loft downtown. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a loft now. When we get it done, we also have a remodel we're in the middle of right now that we'll show you the before and after.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But you guys just follow us. Of course, we all love music, but here's what we do for a day job. Right. And it's still fun, and we're still proud of what we do, and like to show you guys who like to follow us. We should probably wrap things up here pretty quick, I think.
So once again, thank you for being here because we're going to continue to do this on Thursday nights. We're going to be rebranding the name of this idea, but we're going to keep doing it Thursday nights at 7.
The Unsung Screamers.
That's the new name.
Oops.
Yeah.
I let it out of the bag.
You let it out of the bag.
You're going to have to start tuning into the Unsung Screamers on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. It's no longer going to be the Unsung Dreamers chat. It's going to be the Unsung Screamers.
Unsung Screamers. And we gotta figure out a new idea.
So since I already spilt it, we're going to have to get off our ass and get some shit done before next Thursday to make sure you guys know you're going to be kind of watching a little bit of a different thing. And of course, we're getting our Friday night interviews back up. Last week's with Jeff Ward. How was that one? I mean, a little crazy.
We actually got some hate mail on that.
Oh man, I hate that guy.
I love
but
it.
I went ahead and interviewed him anyway, even though I hate him. And so you're gonna have to tune into that interview. It got posted last Friday. Tomorrow, I am very excited to. Tomorrow it might be Saturday. Release our audio version of John Dillon from the Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
I love
and
it.
It is the most incredible interview. I mean, best experiences, one of the best experiences of my life.
Yes.
Actually. And it's a long one, but we specifically talked to him about, I don't want to tell your successful stories about the Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
That's right. Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
There you go.
I want to tell the stories about when you were little and you didn't think you could ever make it. And what was that life like? And that was specifically why he agreed to do it, because he didn't just want to go over all the same shit that every other interview he's done for decades has been. I wanted to talk about, getting started and dreaming when he was little, and talk about when he was a kid and what really got into it, what got him into it. And so it's a very unique, and it's going to be a very hard to find informational interview with John Dillon, because we went somewhere totally different than most interview people would go.
Which is what he wanted, which is what we wanted, and
it was
awesome.
Specifically why he said, I'll do it. He's like, if you just talk about all the successes of all of our records, I don't want to do it. I've already done that 1,000 times. I want to talk about what I was like when I was 5 years old. And it is super, super cool.
Super delicious.
He tells specifically the stories about how Chicken Train and Wanna Get to Heaven and shit like that was written. And so it is a long interview, but just go ahead and eat shit and listen to it. Don't bitch about it being too long.
That's right.
I'm going to try to get that out either tomorrow or Saturday. So keep on doing our in-studio interviews. So thank you guys.
Be watching for more interviews. Obviously, we're going to be here every Thursday. Watch for the new branding. He already gave you the name, but who knows what it's going to look like.
The Unsung Screamers!
Thank you for being here, everybody. We love you all. Thank you for supporting the show. And thank you for the donations for our misadventures that happened a couple weeks ago. We love you all. We'll see you
guys next week. Write us letters and text us and shit if you have our numbers.
If you got love advice, if you want love advice, please holler at us. unsungdreamers@gmail.com. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.